We live now. Go ahead.
Right. Peace, family. This is a conscious set of Conscious Crazy podcast. I have the family with me. We're going to be talking about our businesses and why to support our businesses. I got the Queen Joy Allen with me, and I got two other brothers with me as well. You guys introduce yourself, and we can get this thing started. Definitely.
Go ahead, Siba. You go first. Youth with age.
My name is Rod. Pretty much, I go by Rod the Moor. But my name is Rodney Owens. My wife and I, we have several endeavors that we're currently engaged in. One is that I saw a void in the conscious community as far as the apparel. So we decided to go ahead and start creating some T-shirts that have a message that is relevant to us. So we've got several designs, and I'm working on several more. I'm having them screen printed. So while I do have some, that are immediately available, I have a printer that is printing them as they're ordered. So we can do them anywhere from young children's sizes up to 3XL. That and Black Star Organite, that's something that I've been doing for some years now. Organite, it's a technology that's been mainstream probably the past 10 to 20 years. But it was pioneered pretty much by Austrian physicist Wilhelm Reich back in the 30s. And what he was doing was he was building these orgone chambers. Orgone, if you don't know what it is essentially the chi, prana, the life force. What he was doing is he was building these chambers in the United States. He was, and they're simple to make, actually. You're layering organic and inorganic materials, and it concentrates the chi in the chamber. And he was actually putting people that had illnesses in these chambers, and they were getting better. And the FDA essentially said, stop doing that, and he didn't, and they put him in jail, and he died in jail. And they destroyed and confiscated all of his materials. But yes.
Quickly. I would like to introduce myself as the co-host.
I'm sorry.
I was multitasking, so I didn't catch the opening. I was here, I didn't catch it. I am your hostess as hostess Joy Allen. Hold on, here it comes, still multitasking. Apologies. I am your hostess Joy Allen. And we are streaming today on several platforms as well as a podcast. So we are streaming live to my Facebook page, Joy Allen. We're streaming live to my Facebook group, Karma Did What. We're also streaming live on my YouTube channel, The Memoirs of a Karmic Dynasty. We are, and I'd like to, I'm recognizing my brother El Moore, because we are also streaming on his Facebook page, El Moore. He is working with me and Conscious Said today to bring this to you. And we are also on El Moore's Facebook page, The Universal Humanitarian. And if Conscious Said would right quick tell us about the podcast that this is being recorded to.
All right. Yes. My platform, Conscious Crazy Podcast, is on Spotify, SoundCloud. I probably put this one in as well as the last one we did last weeks ago or 2 weeks ago, as well on the SoundCloud podcast. So I've been doing this for 3 years now, and I'm glad I'm finding more people to give out more gems, and glad me and Joy Allen and the family give out more gems to why support businesses, period, the knowledge that we need to get back as collectives. But yeah, my podcast is for the truth and knowledge yourself, science and knowledge. So that's one of the same. People don't know that. So I think we need to get that back. That's also why I went with conscious, with knowledge, or crazy. So that's one reason why I started the platform. And you know, and we're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep it going, and gonna continue to spread the truth. Definitely.
Thank you. Also, I would like for Ptah Secret Asar to introduce himself right now. I have in studio guest as well, and so I'm going to bring him over to the screen so he can introduce himself, and then we're going to go around and through the guests, amongst the guests, and share their products. And we have some guests that will join us later, and or they're not able to be here today, so we're going to share their product business as well. Either way. Ptah Secret Asar, tell everyone
Yes.
who you are.
Okay. I apologize. I just had to come inside. I was on my way out to the post office, and now it just started raining, so I had to come back into my office. Yes. Dua Panatapa Pamat, Uncle Jet, Uncle Jasaneb, Ubenefike Panaburu Maati, Anuk Ptah Sikasai. My name is Ptah Sikasai. I'm the Royal Scribe, Master Craftsman, and Keeper of Time of TCHR-PR-RA, and the CEO of the Nagatian Institute and the Naga Ship Association. And I'm here to present to you today the Ipeteru, Shabit Dem Tuaru Pamat, the ancient Masarian Kemetic solar civil lunar calendar, and the Neteruological star timeline, so that we can solarize and frequentize ourselves and to return ourselves back to our divine birthright of immortality by calibrating ourselves to the cosmic algorithm. And before I begin, I would like to thank you for allowing me a time on your platform. This is a wonderful platform. I love the narrative. I love the topic of discussions. This is what we need. It's a new age order. It's a new paradigm. We don't want to go back to this new, they call the new normal. We're not going back to the old normal, to the 846 knee on the neck. Okay?
Definitely.
We're not going back to inhumanity, mental, physical, spiritual, subjugated slavery. So on our path, on our entrepreneur path, to make ourselves, to enrich ourselves, and to make ourselves self-sufficient, as long as we maintain our cultural, cosmic, conscious spirituality above all things. I know there's going to be a lot of people on this platform, so let me just come on and just hit this real quick. And let me just say that before I begin, let me just bring the frequency to its proper level as an elder. Let me bring us all into our divine frequency, and let me perform my Hesi, my Saku, my affirmation, so that I may frequentize this whole platform here. So I shall begin. I might command the cosmic forces that allow us love, guidance, protection through the daily experiences upon no matter. Let me just say, Hetepu, Dua, Duau, Nazarak, Ramech, Hotep. Greetings and divine greatness, divine excellence to the first families, my Nagas, my Shemsuru, my Nesubitis, my Hemets, my Sibats, Mudatats, the immortal ones of Ma'at, cherish, phenomenon of precession, New Age Order, Great Golden Age, Ma'at, Asar, and all citizens, descendants of the Nile Valley Cultural Cosmic Collective Consciousness Spirituality. O Aster Mupatnataru Panebu, the mother of the Neterus, the mistress of Pet, the maker of mankind. She was mighty in Usa Medunefe Hekau, divine words of power, mother of all initiations. Bless us humble servants for Ankh, life, being, now present. For we seek the counsel of the ancient ones and practice daily the ancient Martian ways and ancient Martian truths. We strive evermore to become one with thee in this world and in the existence to come. We ask that you bless us on this 29th day of the year after the Helical Rising. 331 days remaining until Uben Suptit Cyrus Rising, Ubuat Samartawi, and Pet Dejiheb, New Year celebration. The 29th day of the first month of Jehuti, the 4th day of Jehuti, the 29th day of the first month of the first season of Shemu, year number 10, AFNK/ST, after the founding of New Kemet, Naga Kemet, Samartawi, phenomenon of precession, New Age Order, Great Golden Age, Mata Asar. We ask that you bless our families and friends and all those of us who gather together to worship in those holy, sacred, and glorious ancient Tamarian name of Aster Mupatnataru Panebu. For in the art of seeking you, there is much comfort. So is it spoken, so let it be written, so let it be done, so shall it be. For now and forever forward, Rana Pateshara, Panata Pamat, Uncle Jet, Uncle Jasaneb, Ubenefike Panebu Heru Maati, rising always in divine excellence with my art every day, all day. Dua. I appreciate the time. I appreciate you allowing me to do that. And that's what we just did. We just synchronized, we just frequencized ourselves. We triangulated the cosmic forces through sacred science, divine mathematics, and our cultural cosmic collective conscious spirituality, through our ancestral concept of time and space, coming out of the dark energy, coming out of that melanin, into the word. The word became the frequency, the vibration. And so we had to begin to connect ourselves to our ancestral spirituality in order for us to have that success that we're trying to achieve today.
Definitely.
That we don't get lost in the paralysis of the analysis, that we don't become injured humanity. We don't perpetuate that same mentality, that cotton picking mentality of religion. And I don't want to go there because somebody's probably promoting religion today, but of our not being with our ancestral spirituality. And so that means we become part of this new normal. And this new normal is going to bring about our extinction. They're going to exterminate us. Okay. So if you cannot frequentize yourself, you cannot, you can do what you want to do. It's a hustle. Entrepreneurship, they can take it to any level you want. This is not a hustle. This is about bringing about a new beginning, because we're entering into a new age order. This is the great golden age of Asar. We have to understand the phenomenon of precession. We got to move through cosmic time. We got to move as our ancestors thought. So I just wanted to just say, before, I don't want to be long-winded, and just say that there's nothing new under the sun. Everything you're thinking about today has already been done millions and millions of years ago. All we're doing is remembering, we're calibrating, we're storing. Don't restore, don't remember. Try to remember. Put the light in front of everything, and you put our ancestors right there for you. So in the thing below, in the caption below, it's the Ipeteru, Shabit Temtuaru Mamaat, Basari Kemetic Solar Civil Lunar Calendar, and then the Theological Star Timeline. This is year number 10. Yes, Queen Mother.
We're going to finish the introductions,
okay,
and then we're going to share the products.
Yes, I know. I'm long-winded like the first brother. Yes.
Ooh.
No. No, I understand. Yes. Dua. Continue.
Y'all not long-winded. That's what we do. we don't tell who's going to tell it for us.
Yes, Queen Mother. Yes, I'm at your I'm your humble servant. Just call me when you need me. I'll be moving at the same time. I'll be listening. I'll be moving though.
Okay. So right now, you all hold on. Okay. So right now, what I'm going to do is hold on. Right quick.
All right, take care, Con. Yeah.
Okay, I appreciate your patience. Now, what I did not want is for Brother S.A. Tinnin-Bey to speak and have Joy Allen on his photo, on his visual. So we just adjusted his screen name. I'm going to, if you would, tell everyone who you are and where they can find you. This is my in-studio guest.
Assalamu alaikum. Shalom. Any other peaceful greeting that I can't think of. But anyway, how's everybody? Oh, okay.
Oh, peace. We good.
All right. I see you nodding your head. good. Well, this is my first time on it. But anyway, I'm Brother S.A. Tinnin-Bey, Sheik and Divine Minister of the Moorish Science Temple of America, Temple number 10, Indianapolis, Indiana. I've been in the Moorish Science Temple, been a part of that organization over 30-some years. But I'm here, first of all, to talk about my book.
Tell them where they can find you on Facebook. What's your Facebook name?
My Facebook name, how you can find me on Facebook is under Saddam Ali Tinnin-Bey. SADDAM Ali ALI. As you can see, my last name is pictured on the screen. Hyphenated Bey. TINNIN -BEY.
Okay. And you said you're gonna tell everybody why you're here today. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead. And since you're already here and seated, I'm gonna start with you and share with us your book, because you're an author as well. Yeah.
Yes, I don't know if y'all can see it, but
They can see it.
this is my book. It's called Psycho Personality. It can be found on Amazon.com. Okay.
And tell us why you wrote the book and some other things you want to share about the book.
A little history about how I come up with this idea of writing this particular book is I accepted a contract position with the Indiana Department of Correction after serving 15 and a half years in prison in Indiana prisons. Once I got out, I started endeavoring into the things that I had developed myself, or the person I had developed myself into, because I was tired of going back and forth to prison. So I turned my life around, in other words, and decided to do something for somebody else, because most of my life, my focus was on me, what I can do for me. So as a result of growing up and becoming a man, and I'm not talking about chronologically either, I just matured and decided to see what I can do to help uplift our people, particularly our young people, since it is our young people who are finding themselves following in many of our footsteps of crime, drugs, and imprisonment. So I went to school while in prison and majored in public speaking so I could have a platform in which to address young people in particular, but all people in general. And didn't anticipate working for the Department of Correction, especially after I spent most of my life as a resident of the department. But nevertheless, once I was released from prison, I immediately got on that train of going in and out of schools and community centers and juvenile facilities, all kind of facilities, dealing with young people all over the state of Indiana. And I guess as a result, the Indiana Department of Correction got word that I was doing such a great job in the school system and elsewhere in my public speeches. They asked me for a meeting. And at the same time, the Indianapolis Public Schools, because that was one of the venues I was going in and speaking to high school students and, elementary students as well. And they decided to offer me a contract as well. Coincidentally, I met with the superintendent of the Indianapolis Public Schools that morning, which was sometime in January of 2000 and January 1995. No, January 2001, because it was January 1995 when I got my first job employment. Because I got out of prison December of 1994. Okay, I got my dates straightened out now. So in January 2001, I received the invitations to meet with the superintendent of Indianapolis Public Schools and the heads of the Indiana Department of Correction, which is the commissioner, deputy commissioner, and the director of programs. And so as a result, they both informed me what they wanted. Both organizations or institutions told me what they wanted from me if I was able to provide it. And one of the things that the department asked me, as a result of them hearing that I was doing such an effective job in my public speech and these programs I was doing out here in the society, they asked me, could I devise a presentation that would discourage inmates from returning to prison? Because what they discovered was the reason for the prison overcrowding was not the new offenders, it was the repeat offenders. So my primary target, they wanted me to target the repeat offenders and asked, could I possibly design a presentation, you know, just a public speech that addressing their pre-release programs, discouraging repeat offending or discouraging returning to prison. So I said, yeah, I think I could do it. I went home, went to my laboratory. I guess it took me a couple of weeks to come up with this presentation. And it happened to be the same name of the book, Psycho Personality, because I discovered that the reason why many offenders were returning to prison is because, first of all, they get caught up in a cycle of negative and counterproductive thinking and behaving. So you have to think these thoughts before you act upon them, obviously. And so I figured if I could present something that would change the thinking of the inmate population, then we might be able to affect their behavior. So, and what I discovered in developing this presentation was that we get caught up, for example, like small stuff. It starts with our disinterest in education. So many offenders are illiterate, or lack education, or undereducated. So I addressed the first point. What I did is created a circle, a big circle. And inside, I set it up like a clock. And inside the circle at the top of the hour, I would put illiteracy. Because generally that's where it started. From one's disinterest in education or school. Then from there, I went from illiteracy to, I believe, no, let me start over because I just seen the word in the book. I ain't read the book in 10 years. This book was published in 2010. So it's been 10 years since I read the book. And most of the stuff I just got on my recall. But anyway, I started with low self-esteem because the reason why we lack education because we don't have any self-esteem. We're not esteemed to aspire to become educated. It's too much work involved. I don't want to do that. So many of us suffer from low self-esteem. And I was basing this on my own upbringing, my own development. So that way, when I address the population, they can't accuse me of talking down to them being condescending, because I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about me. So I started with low self-esteem, and then I talk a little bit about the characteristics of low self-esteem. Then low self-esteem, I would go to illiteracy. So if you have low self-esteem, obviously you're interested in growing and developing and progressing. So you lack in education. So therefore, illiteracy become a second part of the cycle. So I don't know if you can see this, but I would start it off like a big old blank circle, and I would put words in it in clockwise. And I would start with the word like low self-esteem. I talk about that for a few minutes. Then I go to illiteracy and talk about that for a few minutes. Then from illiteracy, I think it was gang activity. Did you see that? So I'm just showing how we develop from low self-esteem to becoming involved in gangs, because we're looking for someone we can relate to and identify with that's actually just as stupid as we are, or lacking self-esteem. So we gravitate toward people like us. So I gravitated toward people that wasn't interested in education, that has low self-esteem. I gravitated toward people that like to click up and do nothing, or clown. And in this hookup, this is where that gang mentality come from. Because see, we're not interested in education. We trying to find something to do while we in school. So we create a group of people that's about nothing, but we don't identify it as that, we're going to play it off. We ain't like them squares that's trying to learn the ABCs. No, we the dumb ones. We want to be stupid and clowns, And so we want to be class clowns. So we would all click up. And so as a result of this clicking up, you form yourself in it. You become gang-like. So now you want to go become violent. You want to beat up people. Y'all get together and beat up the people that's want to become something, be somebody, educated. So we go beat them up, tell them they trying to be like the oppressors, or like Caucasians, because they want to be educated. So to us, they were our enemies. So we would exact violence on them. So in becoming gang-oriented, obviously, the next thing in that cycle becomes violence. You become violent. And so with that, you follow that up with the other things that go on in the game, the other negative activity to go in with this counterproductive group activity. And that's like smoking cigarettes becomes part of the cycle. Drugs become part of the cycle. Crime, all that starts filtering in. Now you're all the way in. Of course, once you start getting involved in crime, see, once you start taking the drugs and everything and smoking cigarettes, well, they start off free. Generally, they start off free. You get it free because somebody's trying to wheel you in. So they give it to you. But once you start liking it, they stop giving it to you. Now you got to go get some money and come back and get some, pay for something, purchase something. So you go out and take money from your parents and all their purses and your daddy's wallet, and then you go to theft or stealing out of stores, all people's home, whatever. So now you're involved in crimes. So all this become part of that cycle. Ultimately, to make a long story short, sooner or later you're arrested. Jail becomes part of the cycle. Prison becomes part of the cycle. But what makes it the CYCLE is that if you don't learn anything or grow up and mature by the time you complete your prison or jail sentence, you release to the population out in society and you repeat the same behavior because you didn't change, you didn't mature, you didn't grow up. You didn't learn anything. So you continue in this mentality of low self-esteem, illiteracy, gang activity, gang affiliation, violence, so forth. So you find yourself repeating the jail thing again. So here's where you see where you have lost your mind and didn't know it. But I'm here to share with you that not only are you caught up in a negative and counterproductive cycle, CYCLE, of thinking and behaving, it was causing you to be addicted to all kinds of vices, and drugs and alcohol and everything else, cigarette. You're also addicted to the crimes and that behavior that goes with it. And so you addicted to going to jail. Now, repeating that cycle second, third time, now here's where we prove that you're crazy, because the word psycho derived from the word psychopath. So I gently share with them how I became a psychopath. I continue to repeat the same cycle. So if you are a psychopath and the word psycho is short for crazy, then we have to admit you're nuts. People wrestle with that. I can see the audience squirming in their seat. Yeah, but they start laughing, because as I'm telling these little stories with each characteristic or each character in this cycle, I'm sharing with them what I was going through. And when I'm doing it, I use humor to make them feel a little comfortable about what they see in me, because what they see in me is what they really see in themselves. Now, they may not copy everything that I've done in my cycle, in my personal cycle, but a whole lot of it, they can point to and say, yeah, I did that too. Yeah, I did that one too. I did that also. And it starts, you can see them, their faces, you can see them starting to think. And especially when you add what they miss while they're incarcerated. I gave birth, I helped bring children into the world. While I'm in jail, the neighbors and the relatives are molesting them. Oh, you love your children? Or you leave your children, abandon your children out in the world because all you thinking about is shooting dope and smoking crack or drinking and getting drunk, committing crimes, going to jail, while you leaving your children alone, your girlfriend alone, your wife alone, to be molested, victimized in many ways, violence. You're not there to protect them, man. So this is what this book is basically about, is to help us look at ourselves. Stop looking at other people and seeing their faults or imperfections. But if you do choose to do that, look at them like, oh, that's me. I'm the same way. I've been through that. I've been that way. And so after doing that for several years, in fact, the Department of Correction had assigned me, I started off with 10 prisons, but shortly thereafter, they assigned me to a total of 18 prisons. I had 12 adult male prisons. I had 2 juvenile male prisons, and I had 4 adult female prisons. So I had an array of different personalities, male and female, youth, just in the Department of Correction. I ain't even talking about the schools, the life skills classes I was teaching in the school system at the same time. Because the way where I was able to hook up these 2 contracts, I had the freedom to set my schedule up exactly how I wanted it. They said, we giving you all these prisons. The school said, well, I'm giving you this particular class on this day and that day, or this morning and that morning. We just want you to fulfill those 2 mornings. So what I would do, since these prisons are situated all over the state, from one end of the state to the other, from north to west, south to east. North to south to east, west. I had to figure out what days would be more convenient for me to do the school while I'm doing the prison. So I figured that I would do the long distance prisons Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. All the prisons that were centralized around Indianapolis where I live and the school where I work, I would do those prisons in the afternoon on Thursdays and Fridays. Because I had to visit each prison every 14 days. So these centralized prisons I would do on Thursday and Friday, like half of them I would do this Thursday and this Friday, and the other half I would do next Thursday and next Friday. And the school that morning, I would be in a classroom teaching life skills, counseling students, particularly those who were problematic. So that's pretty much what the book is based on. A lot of organizations have purchased the book and used it. I've had brothers that, even more, that contact me in Washington, D.C., and he told me he was using it in his program. He was doing some of the kind of work that I was doing in Indiana. And like I said, I haven't had any feedback that was negative about the book. Of course, the book, and what I did do with the book, the introduction is probably one of the most important portions of the book, because in the introduction, I'm talking about all the people that put me in a position to do what I do, and I was honoring them. And so I'm going through this book, I'm honoring people that helped incarcerate me, or was part of, were administrators of my incarceration. Because these are the ones that put me in a position where I can go back in the prison system and help some of those that I didn't get a chance to help when I was in prison. Because that's where it actually started. I started doing this in prison after I was there several years and decided to grow up. A lot of guys recognized that I had some influence over prisoners, because a lot of them liked the fact that I could play a little basketball. And some brothers had approached me and said, man, a lot of these brothers, young brothers like you, man, they look up to you, but you never talk to them. You never spend time, counseling, encouraging them. Because I was pretty much alone. I stayed off to myself. In fact, I was hiding the fact that I couldn't read and write. That I wasn't as smart as I projected. So I ended up having to go to school and GED, get that GED. It took me 4 years to get a GED. Then I went to college. So I had to go through that process in my development, my growth development. And that's pretty much what I've been doing ever since, Once I left prison, I went in 1979, came out in 1994. And since I've been out, that's what I've been doing. Here recently, I slowed down a lot. I got much younger. I can't do all the stuff I used to do. I'll be 70 years old next year. So I slowed down a lot. So I'm trying to encourage people, build people up, other brothers and sisters in my organization, Moorish Temple of America, to step in and do some of the stuff, that I was doing, or wherever it is that they are, whatever gifts they have, I just try to help them, explore them, and try to encourage them to do something for somebody. Because like I said, I wouldn't even be sitting right here now if it wasn't for somebody else. So I hope I didn't hold you too long, but I had to give you some background of that book. But the book very interesting. It's really, it's amazing the people that I talked about in the beginning of the book that helped me along the way. And it's amazing how you take these bridges, because that's all they are. And in fact, I was sharing that with my group last night in Moorish Temple of America, that everybody's valuable. Every relationship is valuable. I don't have relationships that I throw away. You have to be a complete fool for me to shun you. I mean, you have to be on the verge of begging me or somebody close to me to, you know, doing you harm for me to shun you. Because I try to find the good in everybody. I don't care how old, young, I don't care how many legs they got. I don't care if they got 4 or 5 legs, 5 arms. It don't matter to me, because everybody is a gift from the Creator. Everybody got gifts. And we didn't give everybody the same amount, the same portion. We all got our own individual portion. And I want to utilize everybody's. Whatever you got to offer, hey, I want some of that. It's like dessert.
And you
All
also
about,
briefly,
yeah.
you mentioned the temple from time to time. You just mentioned the temple again. So what I want to share is, besides the book that you do have other products that people can purchase from you. Can you share some of these products?
Well,
as well as I'm going to share a few of these from your order form that you sell as well.
Well, as far as the program is concerned, it's a lot of stuff that I've done. It's just not enough room or space, you know, to talk about a lot of that stuff, because I did a lot of different programs, a lot of different presentations. That wasn't the only one. I had an array of presentations, depending on what an organization called me and tell me what they wanted. And I let them know if I got that presentation somewhere in my files, or I could put it together, and I would present it. But anyway, and like I tell my members, of course, as far as the Moorish Science Temple of America is concerned, I provide. I have some of these this literature reproduced. You know, like as our main pamphlet, this Quran, Circle 7, Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America, Circle 7. I have these reproduced, as long as with the Great Meeting is on, which it was contained the 101 questions in the questionnaire. Of course, the Divine Constitution and Bylaws of the Moorish Science Temple of America. But there's 3 other pieces of literature that I provide for $35, and that helped to fund our temple, you know.
And the other 3 pieces would be the humanity pamphlet,
Yes,
the Moorish literature,
and
oral statements and
oral statements, and the humanity pamphlet. I provide those 6 pieces of information, 6 pieces of literature, for $35. And it takes $20-something to reproduce. But
So
you know, we try to make a little profit off of it at the same time, in the signs of uplifting our people, our temple, because we want to get more and more of this information reproduced and put out there, because it's too many of our people that have no clue who the Moors are, or what the Moorish Science Temple of America, never even heard of it.
So your book, Psycho Personality, they can purchase on Amazon.com.
Right.
Also, this literature that you're speaking about now, can they contact you here on your Facebook, message you, send you a message?
In fact, they can contact me directly. Okay. You can put my phone number. My phone number is public information. Okay. It's on the internet. It's everywhere. If I don't want to talk to you, I just hang up on you. I don't worry about people having my phone number. I don't know why people got to hide and keep changing the numbers and stuff. I had my number over 20 years. I'm not changing nothing.
And that phone number, because we're on podcast too. So the phone number is area code 317-457-8752.
Right.
And on Facebook, you can contact The Facebook name is Saddam, Saddam, Tinnin-Bey, Tinnin hyphen B,
capital B,
capital Bey.
Right.
And so if you like any of this literature, contact him through one of those methods. And also, if you would like the book, you can get it on Amazon. And I'm gonna share that book one more time right here. Okay, I just wanted to share your contact information with everybody.
That's fine.
Okay. So go ahead.
Well, I think that concludes my presentation. You know, I think that was pretty lengthy. And I want to, you know.
You're good, brother. It's all love, family.
But I want to thank each and every one of you for, including Queen Mother here, for allowing me the space and the time to address you beautiful people, you beautiful brothers and sisters too, and anybody that's listening and looking.
Yep, they in here.
So I want to thank you all, everybody. And most of all, I want to give praises to Allah, the great God of the universe, for giving me the breath. As long as he had me, after all the stuff that I have let people down about over most of the early part of my life. So I'm just grateful that I'm able to still hear and still breathe and still be able to reach out and extend my hand to somebody's. So again, I want to thank all of you, and I'm going to say Islam and peace to you.
Islam and peace to you as well. What I'm going to do right now is unmute the mics on the panel. Looks like Black Star Organite, you got to unmute your own mic. Does anyone have questions for Brother Saddam Ali Tinnin-Bey before he leaves the panel?
Appreciate it. Definitely interested in the content, and I definitely want to even invite you to the platform as well. The podcast, Consciously Crazy, talk a little bit more with you, and yeah, definitely get some more gems from you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I accept that offer.
All right.
Thank you.
Islam, brother, I just want to say that I appreciate what you're doing to help stop this recidivism, because us as a people, we need some help, because we seem to be caught up in this cycle, and that's intentional.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
So what I want to share right quickly, also on the show today, I don't know if he's going to be here, Jacoby Ponder, he's a chef.
Chef Ponder, yeah.
He speaks on the knowledge of the Moorish Science Temple of America and the Moors, the history of the Moors. And we know him. He appears a lot on CrumbTV, on Brother Crumb's platform.
Yep.
And there was a day that Brother Ponder had mentioned that for more knowledge, he suggests that people find their nearest temple. And for me, I get overwhelmed and I get tired of the social media for knowledge. I like hands-on knowledge. So I just want to say that when I took Brother Ponder's direction, that's how I met Brother Saddam Ali Tinnin-Bey. And I did some Google and found him on Facebook. I reached out to him, and he's already told you about how he does not turn anyone away. He's been greatness through the whole experience, and I appreciate how he has welcomed me in as his sister, how he has stepped up to the role, and went, I think, above and beyond. I don't know all of the responsibilities and roles of a Grand Sheik, but in my opinion, and in what I feel inside of me, he has gone above and beyond to help me feel accepted and help me to elevate in within myself and who I am. I appreciate him. I appreciate you for your time. I
No,
appreciate
that's
you
our
for
job.
everything.
I don't.
I know it is, and I'm recognizing you that this is what you do. You're doing it and more. And I would also like to see. I'm interested in hearing you on the podcast that Conscious Said has. You do have a lot of information, and I myself I encourage people to and I help them with starting their own business. Also help them with getting jobs, and over time I've heard my share of ex-offenders use excuses as to why they could not progress.
Exactly.
And I thank you for sharing your story. I thank you for sharing your life experiences because it shows that their excuses are self-created. They made those up,
Right.
and they could do way more than make excuses.
That's it.
So I appreciate you sharing that. And also you talked about how you worked in the school system, and 4 of my 5 children actually attended an Indianapolis school that you spoke at.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not aware of the presentation, but they were probably maybe present because they all attended on different years. And in the manner of it takes a village to raise a child, it takes a nation. This is evidence right here that it takes, because I'm, as a mother, I could not do it all. And on one day in school, it was this man right here that they heard that probably helped them stay out of trouble. None of my children have been in the system of incarceration. They've not been in jail. They've not been in locked up in prison, any of that. So it's possible. All things are possible. That this brother sitting right here today was an influence on them. And he mentioned the principle, because Brother Tinnin-Bey mentioned the beginning of his book where he acknowledges people who have been on his path, and their principal at that time at the school, Mr. Cleet Ladd.
Oh, that's my.
Yep, he's their principal. I know. So I know him. I'm aware of him. My daughters, they adore him. He's great. He's greatness as well. So the influence of what you're doing, what you're sharing, is great. It's great. Because instead of sitting making excuses like some ex-offenders do, you're doing the opposite. And I appreciate you. And that's all I have to share.
But one of the things that I didn't mention, what I was doing for the Department of Correction, they wasn't just doing the presentation for their pre-release program. They also trained me in a cognitive self-change program called Thinking for a Change that I gave instruction on in their maximum security prisons in particular, and then their women's work release. Then plus it was a second, then the Moorish Science Temple. I had 10 of the prisons had Moorish Science Temple programs, and I was considered the representative for the state of Indiana prison system in the Moorish Science Temple. And I made sure that they had all, their program taken care of, that the chaplains in each prison did what they supposed to do, did the right thing of providing services to the Moorish Science Temple programs in each one of these prisons. And whenever the offenders had issues with the chaplain, I would take it to the chaplain. If we couldn't resolve it, I'd take it to the superintendent, and the superintendent of that institution, we couldn't resolve it, I'd take it to the commissioner. And then the commissioner would contact the superintendent and get that thing straightened out. That's how, I don't even want to use the word powerful, but that's how effective that a person can be in these positions if they do the right thing and helping people do because you got some chaplains that they're all right, they do the right thing. But you got some chaplains that can't stand Muslims or Muslims or anybody else. Some of them don't even like their own Christians, So I had to deal with all that, because you can imagine with 18 prisons, and all these prisons all in these old rural areas, what I'm encountering going in and out of these small towns and facilities, and all the hate they was projecting, but they couldn't tell whether or not it was affecting me because I wouldn't let them see that. It didn't affect me, it didn't bother me. I could see you can have the biggest Ku Klux Klan face in the world, but I'll talk to you right in your face. And if I wanted something done, I'd ask you politely, and that this is what we need done. If you can't get it done, I know who can. So can you help me in this area? And the ones that you'd be surprised, they got it done. They get it done. And in the school system, I wasn't just assigned to one school, because I ended up in a number of schools, high schools too, because I became, after the contract was up, after 3 or 4 years doing the contract with the school system, they offered me a full-time job. And that's where I lost all my contacts with all the other community presentations and programs that I was doing, because that school, one school locked me down 10 years in the school. They wouldn't let me go nowhere. I had to be in that school, but I became their behavior specialist. So I dealt with all the behavior issues in the school. And oh boy, that was a job. That was a test. Some of them young people take you to the limit. Islam?
Islam.
Say peace for the last time. Thank you, y'all.
Appreciate your family. Definitely be in contact. Yeah.
Thank
you. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so now what I like to do is have Siba Ptah, Seeker Asar speak, and Siba Ramutef Queb has joined us as well. And so they are both global distributors of the Rasurian calendar. I would like for them to speak. Definitely Ramutef, because he just got here. Tell everyone who you are and where they can find you. And if you would both speak on the Rasurian calendar, and I'll share some slides and photos as we go.
Yes. Yes. We're from the Nagatian Institute, Cosmic Awareness, Spiritual Consciousness, and Universal Enlightenment, and the Naganship Association for the restoration of our cultural, cosmic, conscious spirituality. And we're going to break down how it is that they stole our time from us, and how it has influenced us into the institutionalization of this Hellenization of the paradigms of Indian humanity, such as what the brother just spoke about. You know what I mean? They have us conditioned to go through everything they spoke about. But we're here to break this cycle. Because this is a new age order, the great golden age of Asar. And the problem is nobody knows how to tell time. Nobody knows how to tell cosmic time. We know Gregorian time. We know Hellenistic time. We know Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We know January, March. You know, where we've been conditioned to know about everything that's going to set us upon a path of limitations, a path of Hellenization, where we become, irregular. Black lives don't matter. Of course it doesn't matter. Black lives don't matter. It's the law. Indian humanity, for 4,000 years, we've been conditioned, and they've set upon a path that made it legal to kill all melanated people for the last 4,000 years. And the reason you don't know this, and the reason why everyone else knows this, because they know our time. We're the ones that don't know how to tell time, and we invented time. We're the ones that mastered the cosmic origins of existence by measuring this light on a solar, signal, lunar aspect. They gave us the lunar aspect in order for us to regulate our life upon. So this way you set yourself upon limitation. All that does is an agricultural calendar. It feeds you. And when it all it does is feed you and keep you conditioning so that you keep repeating the same cycle generation after generation. You have to ask yourself, how is it that teachers and all the great masters and all the great Sivas and Sivats and Munatats and divine ones, and we haven't made 1 inch of progress? We're still in the same position that it was when that phony colon, that phony slave master at Abraham Lincoln's so-called set upon that Emancipation Proclamation, and you still think that you're a slave. You still got that cotton picking mentality. Kamini. He has a nice joke that I like to add in. I try to keep a little humor in here because they're not taking things too serious. Y'all gotta let the frequency grab you. They said, hey, I think that you're out of your cotton picking mind. He said, yeah, I know I'm out of my cotton picking mind. The problem is you're still in a cotton picking mind. No, that's a little joke they have in the conscious, not consciousness, but in the within the frequency. But what you have to understand is that they stole our time. They gave us a lunar cycle calendar. It's all about understanding the sacred math, the divine science, and our cultural, cosmic, collective conscious spirituality. You got astrology and astronomy. This gives you absolute accountability and style validation. And once you understand, you break it down, find out why is it that they can pass down to their children and to their descendants how to maintain our mental, physical, spiritual subjugation, keep the 846 knee on the neck, I can't breathe, mentally, physically, and spiritually, yet we cannot pass down to our children and our descendants how to bring about our liberation or our divine birthright of immortality, because that's the name of the game. The name of the game for our spirituality is immortality. And that's what they stole from us. And how they stole it was they stole our time. When they took our time from us, they broke our frequency. When they broke our frequency, they gave us that food. You ate that food, you break it down, the whole body frequency, eat and so on and so forth. But when we deal with it mathematically, because I want to bring in Ramutef into the equation. And when they took away our spirituality, they gave us a lunar cycle calendar, which means that mathematically, if it has 30 days in a month, then if it has 30 days in a month, then it's an agricultural calendar. They took away, they confined you to this planet, okay? So they put you in this box so that you cannot reach the cosmic environment. So what they did was they gave us a lunar cycle calendar, which can only feed you. And therefore, every 130 years, mathematically, one unearned day is added to the calendar. Now, all theologians know this. All ecclesiastic people know this. Anybody that's supposed to be a scholar, I'm not a scholar. I have scholarship. I'm not a scholar because I wouldn't even insult my ancestors to call myself a scholar. But it's a mathematical equation. So this means that every 130 years, one unearned day is added to the calendar. So you're not going to see it in your lifetime. And your child's not going to see it. And your next descendant's not going to see it. But 400 or 500 years down the road, the sun doesn't rise with the spring equinox. It doesn't align. It drifts. And this means that if it keeps drifting after 1,000 years, when you plant the seed on the spring equinox, then the crops won't grow to its full bloom. So hence calendar reform. So after they kill the next generation, they implement the new calendar reform and no one ever sees it. Why we're not making no progress. So if you don't understand how to tell time, so we have a solar civil lunar calendar. Everybody knows there's 9 days in a week. Before the Romans and the Greeks, there were 9 days in every week. And time was kept by charting stars that were visible on our calendar, aware of the movement of the earth, stars, and moon. These ancient African indigenous primordial ancestral peoples were cosmically attuned. So they said, wow, 9 days in a week. Everybody knows that. How do you know that? Just perform your due diligence, especially if you're a scholar. You're supposed to do your due diligence. All theologians and all ecclesiastic people, this means church dignitaries, they know this. They study it. It's called soteriology, the study of manipulating the Savior. Every 2,100 years, there's someone who delivers the divine breath. And what they did was they eliminated him at that time, or her at that time. But what this is, we have just moved through the phenomenon of precession, 26,000 year cycle. We just completed one whole great year, 26,000 years. We just dawned upon the great new golden age of Asar, aka Aquarius, which means that at this particular time, everyone's going to be the Naga. Everyone's going to be the chosen one. Everyone's going to feel like they're the chosen one. Everyone's going to feel like they're the Nagarjuna, the Maitreya, the Natya, the Mujai, the Christ. It all just means the Heru. It means the divine one, the one who brings the light. And with our Ipetru, it's going to bring you back to the solar civil lunar. So they stole, so on the lunar cycle calendar, and they applicate this 30-day calendar, and then these 100 days taken from the calendar every 130 years, and that the Gregorian calendar is a perpetual calendar, meaning that January 1st, hypothetically speaking, 2020 is on a Monday, 2021 is on a Tuesday, 2022 is on a Wednesday, 2023 is on a Thursday, and then the next year, 2024 is a leap year, so it jumps to a Saturday. So this means, for anyone that has a half a brain, that the star that was in the sky at your birth is not there on your birthday. Not only have they stole you and put you into metaphysical spiritual subjugated slavery, they stole the star of your birth. It's not in the sky on your birthday. It's not your birthday. They stole your birthday. You think you think that right now, let's say, hypothetically speaking, in the European astrological community, this is yes.
See, look, so Ramutef he stepped out.
Okay.
He'll be back tonight. Since you're speaking about the star on the date of birth, you speak about Ramutef's
Yes,
he
yes.
played.
I was just getting ready to throw him the microphone, but let me. Okay, good. So what happened? Not good, but okay. So I'll carry it on. So what happens is they stole your star because now today's not even. So if you think today's your birthday, it's not even your birthday. If you think that your sign is like this is Leo, it's supposed to be Leo, which is Herukuti. But when you look in the east, Herukuti is not in the sky. Kepra's in the sky, which they call Cancer. So why is Cancer in the sky when it's the sign of Leo or Herukuti? It's because magnetic north. See, the Earth has three motions. It rotates on its axis, it revolves around the sun, and it's tilted 23.5 degrees from vertical, which makes it wobble. And one complete wobble is called the phenomenon of precession or the precession of equinox. They call it the precession of equinox. But that's what they leave you in school. They don't tell you that this 26,000 year cycle is really the phenomenon of precession, and that the sun in that time moves forward to the right, but the constellations precess. They precess. They go backwards. The constellations are moving backwards through the time cycle. And so every 72 years, the sun precesses 1 degree through the zodiac backwards. And each sign is 2,161 years. 2 times 12 is 24, and 125 is so many. It comes out to 26,000 year cycles. So they've got you on a lunar cycle calendar so that you can never connect to your frequency. It's all a frequency. Or else you're going to continue to follow that same road into the drugs, into the whole Hellenistic paradigm doctrines of inhumanity, of killing each other. And then they put you in the institutions, and then now you find Jesus, you find Allah, you find everybody but yourself. So let's try to find balance, and the balance comes with understanding time. I mean, first thing you learn when you're a child is your ABC. Yes, dear.
See, what Ramutef Kweb is that.
Okay, so to understand his job, Ramutef Kweb is the chief executive officer, and he is the director of the natal charts and the birthing charts. So he performs your star charts, but he does it with virtual reality, digital graphic animations, and he shows how you came from, where you came from. So we answer the questions: who am I? Where I come from? Why am I here? And where am I going? Okay, we have to set a new precedent so that our children do not fall for the same old okie doke. And now you start your business up, and your business is the rape and pleasure, and to rape and plunder our being as a family, as a nation, as a tribe, as a village. There's always a sucker born every day. There's always a hustle. We're always hustling each other. We're always manipulating each other. When we control the whole world, our finances in the market. If we stop spending the money, the market shuts down. Everything. If we stop working, everything shuts down. Everything revolves around us. But they get ready to replace us into AI, artificial intelligence. They're going to blow up this planet. They're going to exterminate us with this pathogen. They're going to exterminate us, and they're going to move to another planet, just move on, because that's what they do. They go around the universe, taking other black planets and just destroying them. That's what 1% does. But they're all through time. And he can only do it if we allow him to do it, because it's our time. But if you don't know how to tell time, I wouldn't get a black planet back to you niggas either. What you gonna do? Give it to Jesus? Give it to Muhammad? So what Ramutef Queb does, don't mind me. I'm just unapologetic. I'm not here to entertain you. I'm not here to babysit you. And I'm sure not here to take your temperature. I'm here to give you back your divine birthright of immortality. And it's only for those who have an eye to see it, ear to hear, and understanding heart, because it's a frequency. But you're eating that food. You're not eating of the seed. You're putting his food in you so you're not able to think on that proper frequency so that you can heal yourself properly. Everything comes from our frequency. So what Ramutef Queb does, he performs the natal charts, and let me change the frequency. I just want to deliver Ramutef Queb to your plate. He's the great Siba of TCHR-PR-RA who performs the natal charts, and he can give you maybe a better diagnosis that you might be able to digest a little more properly than me. Right now, I'm kind of hyped up.
I appreciate it, family.
We're gonna lay it over to Ramutef Queb. Dua. Anatap Pamat. Atum Ramutef. Ramutef Queb.
Atum Ramutef. So, Siba Ramutef, if you would speak to us about the star not being in the sky, where it was, and I'm going to share this screen so they can see who you are for those who don't know who you are. Your picture here with Ptah Seeker Asar and Boston. And also, if you could tell everyone who you are and where they can find you.
It's some static.
That's Siba's Ptah's background. I just muted it. Ramutef, you ready? Siba Ramutef Queb, you ready? Okay. So what I'm going to do while he prepares, Siba, Ramutef, when you're ready, let me know. Inbox me. Let me know you're ready. What I'd like to do right now is turn this back over to Black Star Organite. If you would once more tell everyone who you are and where they can find you, and then continue to tell us about the products that you share that you have to offer to everyone as well.
Thank you, Queen. Again, my name is Rodney. You can reach me on blackstarorganite.com. That is a link to my Facebook page. Some of our products are there, and primarily the Organite. Now, Organite, it's basically a matrix of organic and inorganic materials that absorbs negative and puts out positive energy. And it comes in many different. It can be made into a myriad of shapes. I make custom molds to make it look like anything. Some of the most popular form is a pyramid, and I make quite a few different pyramids, and I try to customize them to meet people's specific desires, make them aesthetically pleasing, but regardless of what they look like, they're all equally as effective. It's something that just it removes a lot of negativity, and it should be in everybody's life. You know, I even periodically gift some into neighborhoods that I feel have a lot of EMF, high tension lines or cell phone towers and such. I may bury some, inconspicuously, because these companies will police their areas and remove this stuff because they know that it has a good effect on the negative effects, and they don't want the good effect. I have some actually on my smart meter, which was on the house when I bought the house, but there's a smart meter in the backyard, and it's constantly pulsing dirty EMF into the environment around my house. So I've got Organite as well as Shungite around it. Now, all of my Organite does have Shungite, which is a stone that's found primarily, actually just about almost exclusively in the Karelia region of Russia. It's a carbon-based stone that absorbs radiation, for one. It also purifies water. and it's a good stone to have on you. I have some on my let's see if you can see my cell phone here. On the back of my cell phone, I've got a chip of shungite on the back of my phone to absorb the microwave radiation that my cell phone puts out. Anytime that your cell phone is on, if it's not in airplane mode, it's emitting microwave radiation. The same stuff that you got in your microwave oven, which I don't personally own a microwave oven. We haven't had one for about 8-9 years. We just threw it away because we realized how detrimental it was. But the orgonite, that's primarily something that I do on my weekends when I'm off, and sometimes after work. And that, along with the t-shirts, those are things that I do to try to bring some positivity to the planet and my people. Do
you have some of those t-shirts today with you on?
Actually,
hand?
I'm wearing one. Let's see if I can let you see here. I am.
And I'm gonna locate my Facebook profile picture to share the other one.
All right.
I love the tees. I love the t-shirts,
thank you.
man.
Let's see. Yes, what's that now? Oh, the Healy. Oh, yeah. We have been turned on to some amazing technology in the past month or so. This that I'm wearing here, this is a Healy. Now the brother that was on short time ago, he was speaking about frequency, and frequency is everything. What the Healy is actually it's technology that's coming out of Europe, and it's only been in the United States for a short period of time, but it's taken off. The Healy, we're really restricted about a lot of things that we can say as far as making medical claims with the Healy, but it's approved by the FDA as along the same guidelines as a TENS machine for pain relief, but it does a lot more. Every cell in your body is affected by frequency. What the Healy does is it has different. There are different levels that you can of programming that you can get with the Healy. There are 4 different levels. And we bought the highest level because with the highest level, what you get is a diagnostic capability. Essentially, this Healy will read your biometrics and read your aura, and diagnose what you're deficient in as far as what the frequencies can fix. I've my own personal testimony is that I've had some severe back issues that have been dramatically relieved by this Healy. Not only can it'll operate through the pads that you would have on your TENS machine, the sticky pads connected by electrodes that you would have on the TENS machine, but it will also connect via your aura, and it will do remote healing by sending vibration to you. My brother has had some remote healing done by my wife, and he's in Florida. We're in Virginia. There are 144,000 different frequencies available through the Healy, and they're produced through 120 different programs that are within the Healy. And if you're interested in learning more about it, you can reach out to me on the blackstarorgonite.com. You can give me a call. My phone number is area code 757-749-1932. My wife is also available to answer any questions. Her phone number is area code 757-383-0202. She'd be more than happy to answer any questions. Frequency is life. and they're doing a lot of nefarious things to bring our frequencies down and to interject frequencies that we shouldn't be exposed to. And that's to I believe it's all part of the whole depopulation scheme, personally. But that's one of the things that we're just getting into now, and I think it's worth looking into. I personally went in as a skeptic, and I was blown away by the effect that it had on me. It's crazy. But as far as the t-shirts, I have a few of the other t-shirt designs here. Let's see.
I think if I do it,
okay. Yeah, I'll let my wife do it here.
I'll just.
Yeah.
Can you all see that?
Yeah.
Okay.
More lives matter. Because we matter. Here's another one.
Yeah.
Here's another one. You gotta kind of open that up a little bit, I think.
Yeah. Yep, that's good.
All right. And for the people that don't believe that we're indigenous, I think you need to come a little closer with that.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
Could you tell us about the different color options and sizes and the prices?
Well, just about any
made
color
this shirt right here as well that they see me in.
Yeah. That's one of our original designs. We have a myriad of colors. I mean, if all of your basic colors, gold, yellow, red, black, white. I mean, we offer printing in most of the designs in either black or white ink. Some are only available in white, or some are available in black. But what I have is I have a printer. All of these are screen printed. These are not heat transfer. These are all screen printed. So I have a printer that will. I've had all my screens made, because all these designs are on silk screens. And my printer, if somebody orders a shirt, give me about 5 days, and I will have had your shirt made, and he can put it on the color shirt that you want it on. And we go from the basic sizes are adult small through we can do up to 3 extra large. We can also do smaller children sizes, but that's an entirely different process. That's not screen printed. That's done on a direct to garment printer, which that's a little bit different. So these are very, very small shirts. This is like a
delicate
2T. So that's a special order. That might take a little bit longer and might cost a little bit more. It all depends upon the quantity, because I have a guy in California that's doing those. My printer is local, so I can place an order and pick it up at the end of the week and get you what you need.
Because I ordered 7 of those children's shirts. Mm-hmm.
Yes, absolutely. And and I'm just so happy to see that this is being represented on our smaller Moors. But my wife also, she has she does the shungite stones. We have shungite stones to put in your water to purify your water.
Y'all also got these soap berries.
Oh yeah, the soap berries. That's a natural. That's soap, basically soap powder that grows on trees. It's all natural, and it works. You can use them for 5 or 6 washes, and then compost them.
Make all-purpose cleaner.
You make an all-purpose cleaner, my wife says. And that's the next process. She has the hat that I'm wearing here. These are for sale as well.
And
I've got the my wife's just handing me stuff. Got soap.
We tag teaming you.
Yeah, goodness. Okay, there you go. This is handmade soap. This soap in particular is made with shungite. She just showed this. Okay. This is the Circle 7 pendant. Okay, she's got keychains, and these are her baby. These are the organite keychains. If you can put some organite on your keys, then you'll always have it with you. You know, we got. She's behind me, I think, here with the flag. Yeah, there you go. There you go. It's upside down.
It's upside down.
Yeah.
You have to tell me.
Yeah. There you go. That's the flag. We got those. There you go, Joy. I'm trying to bring things, you know, that are under represented that we need to have. These are elderberries. It's elderberry kit. She's organic dried elderberries. She makes
Yes, me.
Yeah, you can make your elderberry syrup and the elderberry jellies with it.
It's me, Ptah.
This is one of my organized homes.
You and Marcia do so much. Just in case perhaps there is something that you don't cover, and I like that T-shirt she back there wearing. We had a women's business expo 2 Saturdays ago, so everyone check that out. Marcia was on there with products as well. Also, in the link below, there's the Organite video that you were in on CrumbTV and/or Branch of Knowledge on YouTube, so people can find out more about things you have there. Could you tell us more? Though that's just to cover if something's missing today. But go ahead and continue, please. Just to let them know there's links and there's all kind of videos out there for them to get more, and including the Berkey system behind you. We highlighted that that video, all types of things. You both are look at her back there.
that Berkey. We actually have 2 Berkey systems. Berkey it's a gravity-fed water system. There's 2 chambers. There's an upper chamber and a lower chamber. Essentially, you put any water, swamp water, anything non-potable water into the top half, and it goes through. There's black Berkey filters in the top that filter out everything down to viruses, and they go through an additional filter after that, which reduces the fluoride content to almost nothing. So essentially, you can put water out the gutter into the top of the Berkey and have drinkable water at the bottom. Now, you can spend some time without eating, but you have to drink. You have to have a clean source of water. If you're a prepper or just somebody that wants to live, you know, as they're trying to kill us, you need to have clean water. They're putting fluoride into the water wholesale to calcify our bodies, our pineal glands, to reduce our awareness. We need to take it back out.
Speaking of fluoride and that fake toothpaste they got out there, can you speak about Marcia's tooth powder?
Oh, absolutely. She makes a tooth powder, all natural tooth powder that actually it remineralizes your teeth. So if you have a cavity, a small cavity now, if you have a small cavity that's just starting and you're using this tooth powder, it will remineralize your teeth the same way that your bones will regrow, your teeth will regrow. And I actually had an experience where I was told by my dentist that I had a small cavity, and in my next visit, it wasn't there anymore. Yeah. And it reduces your tartar and your plaque. I had my dentist some time ago tell me that I had some bone loss. You know, they stick that pick down in there and tell you, well, you're at so many centimeters or millimeters, whatever, and you have some bone loss. My next visit, he said, I've never seen that reversed, but mine reversed. So, and we had all of our mercury fillings removed. You know, the ones that they stick in your mouth when you're a kid growing up, and you know they tell you there's no problem with it. Well, that mercury outgasses 24 hours a day and gets into your body. Mercury is one of the most toxic substances you can put in your body. There is no safe level of mercury to have in your body.
Definitely.
For you that are familiar with that the Disney thing, Alice in Wonderland, they had a character in there called the Mad Hatter. And the reason that the Hatter was mad was because part of the process of making the beaver skin hats is to stiffen it with mercury. And the mercury fumes make you mad. They actually damage your brain. And people, hatters in particular, would go crazy because of the mercury fumes in the process of making hats. So that's why the term "mad as a hatter" came about. But that's not something that you want in your body. If you have mercury in your mouth, you need to get it out.
Conscious are crazy.
That's
Yeah.
one of the organite masks that I made. That's an African tribal mask. Essentially, I found the mold, found the wooden mask that I liked, and I made a silicone mold of it, and I made an organite piece out of it. Now that's available to put as a wall hanging. And not only is it aesthetically pleasing, but it's also going to protect your house in absorbing radiation and just doing everything that organite does.
Right.
Red Pill of Red Pill, Blue Pill. He has 2 of my masks at his home, and I was happy that he got those. And those were actually gifted to him. I met him, and he said he liked them, so I gave them to him. And organite is something that everybody should have, even if you just make a basic piece. It's not hard to make, and that's information that I freely give because it's not mine to keep. I mean, my thing is I make it aesthetically pleasing. But anybody can make organite. All you need is some form of a resin. I use polyester resin. You can use fiberglass resin, and some type of mineral. And I use metals as well. I use stones. I use crystals, and you can put it in the basic mold and have yourself some organite that's going to work for you. Because the things that are going on around us today, we need to start protecting ourselves because they're putting out all these things through 5G, dirty electricity, the high tension wires, stuff like that. And there was also a program on the Healy for EMF detoxification. And actually, she's going to run that on me this evening because you can actually feel the tension from the dirty electricity and stuff around you. So you have to do that periodically. Let's see, that's in the Healy programs. Of the 120 programs, there's a one called General Protection for energetic shielding, one for electrosensitivity, for energetic balancing of the tolerance for so-called electrosmog, one for your cells, bioenergetic strengthening of the cells, one for your mental, energetic promotion of clear perceptual capacity, one for sleeping, energetic protection during sleep, geopathy, energetic reduction of sensitivity interference fields, subtle, energetic protection against external influence. And there's a few more, but this Healy is something that like I said, we've been into it for about a month or so now, and we're constantly learning new benefits of it. And she, as I said, with my brother, she did a remote reading on him. It'll actually read your aura, and it will tell you, it'll read your vibrations, and she can actually email you a report of what the readouts are, and you will be amazed. All I can say is that it'll read you, and it'll tell you what's going on in your life and things. She doesn't have any information beforehand about you. This thing reads you, and it'll tell you what's going on. So her numbers was up there. You can give her a call and she'll set up something, and at this point she's doing it free of charge. She just wants to get this information and the technology out there and let you know the benefits of it. So if you want to get read, just give her a call and she'll set something up. And all I can say is that be a skeptic. Absolutely, be a skeptic. Go in, and you will be amazed. And if you're in Virginia, if you're here local in Virginia, we can actually do something, face to face. And we can make this is technology that we need. This is technology that we need, and we need to get it out there. Stuff is being kept from us, and especially my older brother that she did do the reading on. He's a registered nurse. Has been a registered nurse for about 25, 30 years almost now, and he is amazed. He's been overworked. He's been working doubles and stuff, and he's been waking up in the middle of the night, just totally stressed out. And that was one of the things that he always said was going on with him, that he was stressed. But she sent him remotely a sleep program that knocked him out and gave him the best sleep he's had in a long time. This is just something that you have to experience to appreciate the full benefits of it. So between getting yourself some clean Berkey water, and getting yourself a Healy, those are the two major things that we have facing us right now. Except for outside the fact that they're trying to kill us. They're trying to depopulate us, and these we have to fight back, and we can do it passively by protecting ourselves. There's no need to go out and do all this this rioting and stuff. But we need to shift our consciousness and get back to what we're supposed to be. And that's my main focus right now, that trying to help my people to get back on our path. Right. So blackstarorgonite.com. I actually have I have domain names already set up to do the t-shirts and stuff on. I'm going to start spreading this stuff around, taking it, and putting it on specific domain names, and that's going to come a little bit later on. Right now, I'm just trying to get the products in place, but at some point, I'll be putting things, in separate categories at different domain names where people can, get to and see what's going, see what's available. But anything that I do have, you can always reach us at blackstarorgonite.com, or my wife, she has commonsenseforyou.com. COMMONSCENTS, the number 4, the letter U.com, commonsenseforyou.com, or give her a call. And, you can see her products. We have our products.
Is it .org, commonsenseforyou.org?
Yeah, we actually own both domains, .com and .org.
Okay.
So you can go either way. We're just trying to make a difference. And my wife's she just had a topper made for our stove. It has our name on it. It says Team Owens, we live to give. And that's essentially us in a nutshell. There's people that came before us that gave us, and it's our responsibility to give to the next generation. At some point we'll move into acquiring some land, and doing some generational wealth, because that's where we really need to go with this thing.
It's a lot of land out there too. A lot of land out there.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I was looking at some land out in Arizona in particular. They've got thousands and thousands of acres of land. And this one that I was looking at, the ranches. There was one ranch that was 37 acres that I was looking at that was selling for $22,500. And essentially they want 20% down, and you get like $200 payments a month. That's less than a car payment for most people. If you want to pay cash, you can get a discount on it. And they have multiple plots like that. And this particular one had the aquifer was pretty close to the surface, so you could put a well in. And my idea is, I have one brother and one sister. I would like for each of us to buy, a multiple acre plot, adjoining, so we could have a couple of 100 acres, that our children would be able to enjoy and be able to benefit from, and have the benefits that some of the others, have had for generations. A lot of people, a lot of our people, I'm not worried about the next generation, but if we don't worry about the next generation, who will?
That's right.
This is something that this is our responsibility to set our children up for greatness.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to, number one, let them know who they really are, and number two, give them the tools that.
Is he out on the screen? Conscious said.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. While he comes back, what I'm going to do right now is What I'm going to do is hold on, let me start over. Multitasking. So right now, I'm acknowledging our brother El Moore. He is one of the presenters and the builders that have helped assisted me and Conscious Said to bring this to you today through our platforms. El Moore, if you would tell everyone who you are, where they can find you, and actually you have a product as well that you'll be sharing on the show today.
Right. What up, world? It's your boy El Moore, Universal Humanitarian, and you can find me on YouTube at El Moore, Universal Humanitarian. You can find me on Facebook, El Moore, Universal Humanitarian. You can hit my email at yoshimore918@gmail.com, or you can call me if you feel the need to reach me, 334-444-1797. Yeah, and I kind of present a couple products that I sell to help people better themselves. But I'll let him continue on.
Okay, yep, he's back.
Right.
Okay.
Rod, you with us now?
Oh yeah, I am. Yeah, that was pretty much all I wanted to say.
Okay.
We can continue with the next guest.
I'm gonna call you on a hilly tip. I definitely got
Oh,
it.
hold on, yeah, because I knew it was something. I'm sharing it, Marcia. We're sharing this hilly information here.
Okay.
It's a website. It's lengthy, so the podcast audience, I would suggest you go to the Facebook page.
Definitely.
Marcia, Marcia Owens Harris, and get the hilly information there, and contact her also for more information about the product before you make any purchases, consult with her first. I would strongly advise you to do that. And that's all you have for us right now, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, if you need any further information about anything, just hit me up on you call me or call Marcia, or contact us online, and we will be more than happy to enlighten you on anything that we have information about. Because it's all about sharing information and making us great. Forget making America great again. Let's make us great.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
facts.
Right.
Definitely.
Anyone have any comments, questions, or concerns for Rod before we move on to the next speaker?
Appreciate the frequencies, brother, and definitely we be in contact for sure.
Okay, and Marcia has
wow.
shared the YouTube video link. I want to think it's about the Hilly site, the Hilly product. Is that right?
Yeah, most likely.
Yes. Yes, there's several videos, you know, that are informational that you can watch to get some. There's some that are very long and some that is just a couple minutes long. But you can even go on like YouTube and search for Healy, and you can find some testimonies and different things about it. You know, it's just that they're very strict on what you can say as far as medical claims and stuff, you know, to keep from getting in trouble with the government. But we all know that there's things that, you know, these devices do that they don't want us to know about and they don't want us to publicize, but it's the real deal, you know. So yeah, check it out.
Right.
Anyone have any other questions? Any other feedback? So, Rod, I want to thank you for being here today. Not sure how long you can stay with us, you and Marcia. We appreciate you both being here with us today and sharing what you have for our people. We need this as well as other things. We will be continuing to do this, so I will continue to make sure we share the products, whether you or Marcia can be part of the show or not. I'm going to make sure that information is shared. Let's see. So, El Moore, if you would go ahead and continue. Tell us about the products that you have.
I've actually got to get out of here right now.
Okay.
I got another commitment to take care of. But thank you for having us, and
Peace,
we'll be
family.
with you again soon. All right.
Hey,
Peace.
Bye, Marcia.
Bye.
Uh-oh.
oh man.
There they go. Okay. Elmore, if you would continue, please.
Yeah, I like the great product he was selling too. I might have to contact him for that too. But I provide product with CBD product will help with anxiety, stress, and I sell like oral sprays. And I work with a company that we provide oral sprays. You spray in your mouth, and this is the brain advanced nutrition brain spray, which help with your cognitive function and help improve your brain memory. So I know some people, like older people, have a problem like remembering things. So this oral spray is good for like enhancing the brain memory. Then we got the oral spray. You know, like the oral spray consists of 6 sprays a day, right? And you spray 6. And this alkaline, the shield is alkaline based spray, and it support a healthy immune system and increase your energy level and help to balance your pH levels out and help maintain cardiovascular health. So they're real good. This is the #1 seller right now during this treacherous time with the coronavirus. People been buying this. So it's good and useful for keeping your immune system up to par with what's going on today. And I got like this is Trim weight loss oral spray. And this curb your appetite and support fat burning and support a healthy metabolism.
And this is your universal healing business. It's called Universal Healing.
Yeah, I provide these products through my business, but I'm working through a company though right now. But I got more product on the way until I get my own website and stuff set up. So
yeah, we start somewhere.
Yeah, we gotta start somewhere.
And I got there.
The CBD face mask. Yeah, the face mask. I got CBD face mask and I got the non-CBD face mask, and they good for your skin tone. You know, scars, and it just basically a mask you put on your face for 20-30 minutes, and you know CBD for good relaxation, and you know like when you're stressing, just relax you. And I got the bath bomb with these CBD bath bomb, and these what you put inside the bathtub. And they come in like different types of flavors or whatever, different type of scent. And you put these in the bathtub and they infuse in your water. And they CBD, they got 25 milligrams of CBD in here, so you will have a relaxed bath. You know, some people like to take spiritual bath. It'd be a good thing to drop in your spiritual bath to feel like relaxed. And like I said before, my company the only one provide these oral sprays like this, especially the alkaline oral spray and the brain cognitive memory function oral spray. So they're very useful, and it's affordable, and it's very beneficial for people to use, you know, because CBD have they good components, good healing components come with it. So it's very good and natural for the body. So, you know, the body won't reject it because it's cruelty free. And we got it's cruelty free, gluten free, GMO free, it's all natural and it's handmade. So it's a great product to use. And that's about all I got right now to present to the people. And if you want to get in touch with me about getting the package, you can just hit me up on my email, or you can inbox me on Facebook, or
Right.
you can just call my phone number until I get my website up and running. You know, I just started, so I'm at step one. I'm trying to get to the, you know, farther my horizon with this business.
Right. Yeah, definitely will support. Definitely. As soon as possible. ASAP.
Right.
Yeah,
Appreciate it. Oh yeah.
yeah. So how long have you been in the process of making your business? When did you start this concept? And
About 3 months now. So I'm right, fresh.
okay.
Still trying to get all the assets together to get everything established. So I had to work through other people to get my own thing going right now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a process.
There's nothing wrong with fresh. Fresh is better than where you was at.
I know,
Those
right?
steps. It's some people that can't even get to fresh.
Right. It took me a long time to start, you know, a
For
lot of
real.
procrastination, and it takes a lot of courage and confidence
Yes.
to take the risk to be willing to lose, you know, and it took me a long time to get over that. So that's a progression in itself.
Yeah, because people create self barriers, which we're gonna talk about today as well. Because we're here to share our products. We have our speakers. We're also here to continue to offer direction to those who need it when starting up their own businesses, as well as to maintain businesses as well.
Mm-hmm.
Conscious said, do you have something to share before I go into my
Yeah.
stuff?
On my side, yeah, my grandfather, he had a business. I'm saying,
Oh yeah, you got one too. I heard you talk about those T-shirts right quick.
yeah, I
Don't
did the
forget
T-shirt
them.
things. Yeah, I
It's
did
not
the
minor.
T-shirts.
That's not minor. Go ahead, let's talk about it.
Yeah. I kind of took a break from it, but yeah, I I designed and created T-shirts, not like the one I have on, but pretty much hip hop T-shirts, anything informative. I have a Negas shirt and a couple shirts I did, but I kind of took a break from it. But yeah, definitely I'm still active. If someone's interested in shirts, I'm definitely open to making shirts for anybody that's available and willing to work with. And it's all about the people. So I make shirts based off of what pretty much people want on the shirts as well. Definitely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool.
Is there somewhere that we could see the shirts that you have created? You have
It's
pictures.
mostly on my social media. Let me see. Yeah, I haven't sold a shirt in a while, but let me see.
And you know what? We're gonna do a men's business expo next Saturday as well. That's the plan at noon Eastern Standard Time again. So if that's okay with you, and you could bring us some images, that'd be great as well.
Oh, definitely, I could do that. That's
Sure.
Yeah,
that'd be
like
great.
it's one of the shirts I decided to create for the people. Yeah.
Okay.
What's that say? I seen the I and you.
Yeah, IU, Conscious of Crazy in the middle,
Lift it up some.
All right, so
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah. So yeah, just ideas, still flowing, but yeah, I'm definitely still open to make shirts for people. Anybody that wants shirts made, definitely.
Very good. And again, we have joining us. Look like he's home. My top secret Asar. He was out and about. in the world, out that place, that world. And I spoke to Ramutef, so the audience might have seen me talking but couldn't hear me. I was on the phone with Ramutef. He said he'll be back shortly. He is having, he's out as well and having connection issues, so he's almost home also, and he'll be back with us as well. So Siba, I see you shared the Etsy page. Is that the one I already shared, or that's a different page?
That's the Etsy. That's the new page. That's our new website. From our global distributor in Canada. We have a global distributor in Canada. And what we're trying to do now is open up for those of you who we gotta have the night. I don't want to open up the big surprise we got for all you young entrepreneurs and things and so on and so forth. Those of you who are struggling, we're gonna set up a mother website. I don't want to break it down now. I don't want to let the cobra out the bag yet. But the Naga ship and the Nagathian Institute will be developing a website, especially for those young entrepreneurs who have their own creativities and whatever it is that you're doing, long as it is based upon the properties and doctrines of Ma'at. We can't have you out here perpetrating a fraud on our people and draining our people and doing the same thing that they're doing to us. But with your creative powers and your creative energies and what you are developing, and you need a source, a base, someplace to a platform, a global platform. We have a global platform, okay? And the Asarian Solar Calendar, you can also become a state official, a representative, a distributor, for your town, for your, like they used to say in the old days, in the old hip hop days, you got to control your community, control your state, control your country. You got to control the world, but you begin with the community around you, and you have all the access that you need around you. It's all the African American and the African entrepreneurship that's going on throughout every place in the United States. But we have a global distributor in Canada, which is from the Etsy one, in which we have someone in England. We have and we're moving into South America so that it makes it easier to distribute these calendars and cost efficient and so on and so forth. Because right now with Donald Trump shutting down the post office, matter of fact, I was at the post office when you see me, Queen Mother. I just sent you a special delivery one that so that it didn't go under the regular mail. I sent the special delivery. I sent you a few with the CDs that sort of hold you until the post offices can able to access your mail.
Yes, because I am a global distributor as well. But
yes, you are.
I have not yet received my package due to the mail system.
Yes.
So yeah.
Right. So we had to work around that. I can't have you not having your product there. So it's so in Africa we have in Ghana. I was invited over to Ghana by the nephew of the president, who was a student of ours in the Naga ship, the Nagathian Institute. And they want me to come over there to open up and relight the eternal flames of the 3 temples that are dilapidated. They're in the jungle, dilapidated. The jungle's just growing over them. But it was the old sacred spiritual temples before the colonizers came in. So we're going over there to relight the temple. One's called the Mamba snake, the Naga. It's the Naga temples. One's the Mamba, one's the Cobra, and the other one is the Cherubians and the Seraphians. So we're gonna go light the eternal flames. And they got me on I had my visa, but my visa, yeah. My passport. They're gonna bring me on a diplomatic visa to meet the president of Ghana. Yes. That's where we had it at the Museum of the National Center for American Arts. We celebrated the Ren Pet, and the Queen Mother came and she blessed us with her divine Mutah energy, and she's a queen mother. She's a queen reverend mother at the TCHR-PR-RA. And
Ramutef has joined us again.
Siba, Duau. And the president of Ghana wants to adopt the Asarian Kemetic Solar Civil Calendar as the national calendar of Ghana. So our goal is to is to unify all our melanated people under one calendar, or we're always going to be mental, physical, spiritual, subjugated slaves. We're always going to be the 846 knee on the neck. Black lives don't matter because it's been a law for 4,000 years. They've incarcerated us under mental incarceration of inhumanity. You have to understand this. Everybody knows this but you. How could you not know that it's the law to kill black people? How do you think they get away with it? That's what the judge says, Your Honor. It's the law. We're supposed to get brownie points for this. You know, you get promotions for killing black people. Everybody knows that. You hang them every day. Lunchtime, you go find a black, you just hang them up. It's the law. It's entertainment. They castrate you and keep your genitals in your eyes, and they put them on their windows. They feed you to them on Thanksgiving. Who do you think they're feeding? They're feeding you at McDonald's. They're feeding human body parts every day. You got to understand this. It's a global assault. And the only way it's going to stop is when you learn how to understand who you are, where you came from, why you're here, and where you're going. To understand that, you have to understand the concept of time. And understand time. And to understand time will reveal all things to you. It's not about knowing thyself. It's knowing thyself creation. So what they did was they just take everything that you think you know. The etymology has been corrupted. There's some fragmentation. And then you suffer from the paralysis of the analysis. So your scholarship, you go in there thinking you're getting the scholarship and you're going to get the analysis of the paralysis, but the etymology and the linguist and the Sanskrit and the typo has been altered, the vowels have been altered, changed, and rearranged. So you're only getting half the story. So you end up suffering from the paralysis of analysis. Then, since you don't have enough of a foundation to fall back on, except for some stupid religion of somebody that's imprisoning you, some Christianity, some Abrahamic ideology. I don't want to, because I know there's a lot of entrepreneurs on the show, but I don't want to go into the religious part of it. Try to keep it clean here. And so you end up falling back on the drugs. Your woman leaves you, you end up creating a crime. You become impulsive. And then you end up falling back into institutions again. You're back in jail again. You're back into the man. Now you got to join a priesthood or some other organization just to finagle your way out of there. Now you get out of there. You know that conditioning black people is a big business. So you join that business. It's called contraband. Black people conditioning other black people into the same mental, physical, spiritual, subjugated slavery. Ramutef Club's here. Maybe y'all might want to hear about your star, your birth. What star? Like I say, this is a whole new world out here, a whole new universe that we have to understand. It's a new age order. And so we have to understand ourselves through the concept of self-creation. And this is how you, with Ramutef Kweb, he unites you with the star of your birth. They got you, you don't even know it's your birth. Don't be born on February 29th. Imagine if you're born on February 29th for the Gregorian calendar. That's leap year. You get a birthday every 4 years. I mean, this is crazy. It's madness. It's total madness. That's why it's called a lunar cycle calendar. It's your lunatics. It's the lunar. It's the awesome. You're in the madness. You're living in madness. They've taken away your essence through cosmic time. And so you have to return to the frequency to have your first day. When you come from the temple, you learn the sacred science, the divine math, the cultural, cosmic, conscious spirituality. You learn astrology, astronomy. You learn poetry. You learn the arts. You learn music. There's three sounds that make up the whole musical spectrum. There's 3 colors that you can make, primary colors that you can make all the colors of atomic energy and subatomic energy. You have to know the divine essence of our ancestral spirituality. And you learn this in the temple. When we have a temple, we teach at TCHR-PR-RA, we have classes of Meduneta. Every Tuesday, we teach you the Meduneta, we teach you time, we teach you how to embrace the frequency, because all I'm here to do and all we're here to do is to help you remember. Because everything I'm telling you, you already know. You just forgot. They've taken away your memory. And so now they got you, so it's deleted. And then when you get it back, you get the redacted version. And the redacted version, they did a dossier out on you. They know what makes you tick. They know when you piss. They got heat signatures going in your house right now. They know where you're at. This is AI. So they So they did a dossier, and the information you get is redacted. Redacted is the paper that's it's all blacked out. They give you your story, then they give you 3 letters, and you got to figure it out from the 3 letters, and the rest is redacted. They know what they're doing. They're playing. This is war. We're at war. But in the meantime, as you become self-sufficient and you become entrepreneurship, you get to market your whatever it is, your creativity, but stay to your spirituality so that you don't fall subject to the paralysis of analysis, because then you're going to get recycled back to the grinder again. Okay, that's all I'm saying is keep yourself sound. So here we are, here's Ramutef Kweb that can just bring you back to your star of your birth so that you can really know. You're saying today's your birthday, it ain't your birthday. You're so out of tune, you don't even know it's your birthday. Then you're eating this food, so now you're scientifically dead. You're 24 on a scale of 24 candida. That means just Google Dr. Taito's bio charts. It's on the World Wide Web. It's on YouTube. Dr. Taito's body charts, body frequencies. They'll show you. You're supposed to be up 100 and over. You're eating this food every morning, so your body is shut down to 24 candida. That's death. So you're really a walking dead. Then you don't know how to tell time, so you're walking around on this planet and lost in space. You're a freaking zombie. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. That's why I apologize. I ain't got time to babysit you. I'm not here to save all you. I ain't trying to save no niggas. I'm the biggest racist in the world. I can't stand a nigga. I'm only here for my Nagas, my Shemsurus, my Nesufitis, my Hemets, my Shibashbats, my Mutnatats, the immortal ones of my art. Those that have an eye to see it, ear to hear, and understanding hot. Okay, we're here to embrace this new age order that's already here. It's already here. We're 10 years into it, fully into this new age order, Asar. How do I know this? Because on the spring equinox, on the Gregorian calendar, which is March 21st, or the spring equinox only means when day and night are equal length. Okay, you eliminate the Gregorian calendar, and you're embracing light and time. And at this moment, you look to the east, and when the sun rises, an hour before the sun rises, whatever constellation is 23.5 degrees from, it's called the ecliptic plane. And whatever constellation you see in that sky is where we're located on the galactic elliptic plane of our quasi-Milky Way galaxy, or where we're located within the zodiac, or the phenomenon of precession. Okay? And the constellation you don't see that with below this constellation is Pisces, which is Uncle Set. And we won't see that constellation for another 26,000 years, whether you're here or not. And that constellation of Aquarius, which is Asar, is there for 2,161 years. It's going to be there. That's how our ancestors told time. We didn't go down to New York. We didn't go down to Times Square in New York City and want some mechanical ball. Tell us what time it is. Happy New. I bet you come January 30th, December 31st, you niggas are going to be down Times Square. Happy New Year's. You know what I'm saying? You're gone. You're lost.
Yeah.
The helical rising, we just celebrated. How we know it's the New Year's? Because the Earth rotates on its axis. It rotates 24 hours and 35 minutes in a single day, 24 hours and 35 minutes on the original calendar. Then it revolves around the sun. That's the second motion. And the third motion, it's tilted 23.5 degrees from vertical, which makes it wobble. That wobble, one complete wobble, is 26,000 years. Okay? Now you take that, and then we know that when the star and the sun appear together in the morning, it's called the helical rising. And when this occurs, is the only time that the sun and the star is in the sky at the same time, is in that morning. Because in the morning, at night, when the sun sets, you can start seeing stars, but you do not see stars in the sky while the sun is in the sky. Only time you see it is when Sirius and Ra on the helical rising, which is called Ubin Suptin Sirius rising. That is the spring picture. That's the schematic of the spring equinox. Look to the right side above the sun. You'll see the constellation of Aquarius, which is Asar. Oh, I'm doing Ramutef's Kweb's job. Okay, let me throw the conversation over to my Sima Ramutef Kweb and let him explain that more to you as he breaks it down. Is he still there?
He actually left out.
He said people.
He said,
Seba gone went off again. He goes, okay, go ahead, Queen Mama.
Signal. And I know my brother Elmore has to leave shortly, so
yes,
I appreciate you being here. I appreciate the time and energy and that you put in towards this build and presentation. And I appreciate you, as well as Conscious said, and your family, your loved ones, and the time that you spend to put into this when you're not with them. So I do appreciate that. And I appreciate,
we do appreciate you.
Your loved ones for that time.
All right.
Elmore, Elmore.
Okay, and looks like we're gonna be wrapping this up about 2:30 p.m. So we got about 15 more minutes. Again, we're gonna be back next Saturday because we have others to present. They were not able to be here as speakers, so we're going to do their part next Saturday. And right now, Siba Ramutef Queb has not came back yet. So while we're at this small break, standstill, does anyone have any comments, questions, feedback for Ptah, Seeker, Asar before we continue?
I love it. I love the information, man. You know, when I found out they lied about the calendar too, oh man,
Yeah.
it's like, what else? The list is long.
Exactly. It's just doors just open. Everything opens up because you already know it. You already know. You just don't remember because you're not functioning on the proper frequency. So once you learn how to eat of the seed and you wake up, we have a Hesi. That's why in the Hesi, we have our Saku, our affirmation in the morning. We have our daily cosmic algorithm, our calibration. You got to perform. I got to perform it every day to address the cosmic forces that allow us love, guidance, and protection to the daily experiences of pondable matter. This is not a religion. This is not no spookism. We are no religion. Our African people do not have a religion. We have a spirituality. And this spirituality addresses these cosmic forces, which are the elements, which are matter, solids, liquids, and gases. We break this down scientifically. We break it down with the divine mathematics and with our cultural, cosmic, conscious spirituality. So this way here, because they stole it from us. All they did was regurgitate it back to us, our own story, and called it his story or history.
Exactly. His story.
They took our story and then regurgitated it back to us and called it his story. So they got more shit upon Milda, upon sugar, honey, ice, and tea, upon doom, but they don't understand that doom is fertilizer because we have the concept of self-creation. And our concept of self-creation, we know the doom beetle or the Scarabeus beetle goes on the Serengeti, collects the doom of the Serengeti and rolls it up into a ball, germinates its liquid into it, and pushes it on his hind leg from west to east, east to west, like the sun. And at the end of his journey, another beetle comes out the doom beetle. So they don't understand that shit they just threw on top of our story is nothing but fertilizer. But we have to be able to extract it properly. And the only way we can do it is understand how it is that they took what they took from us. Once you understand time, everything starts to reveal itself. Energy. Once you perform your Hesi and you address these cosmic forces that you see, you just cannot connect. The trees are connected to it. The wind is, the birds, the bees, everybody's communicating with this but us.
Exactly.
You can't talk. They can talk to their God, just God. They got you believing in a God you cannot even see. They got you so bamboozled. You believe in a God you can't even see. I told you don't know other gods. Excuse me?
Stevie Wonder out here. Yeah, they blind.
Exactly. They got you all bamboozled like you some type of country bumpkin or something. Like you come out the cornfields of Idaho, you just walked out of a patch of corn. Like, no, I don't need a charger. I'm okay, thank you. And so once you're able to tap back into the source and address these cosmic forces, because they're there right there, you just have to see them and then applicate it mathematically with the sacred science. You got to know the earth has 3 motions. Then you understand that the time has 3 dimensions. Not only has 3 dimensions, it's 4 dimensions. You got daily time is the first dimension, just like the earth rotates on its axis scientifically and mathematically. You got yearly time because the earth revolves around the sun on the motion, motion perspective, and then you got yearly time, and then you got great year time because the earth is tilted 23.5 degrees from vertical, which makes it wobble, And that's a 26,000. One wobble is 26,000 years. So in school, they teach you that the earth rotates, the earth revolves around the sun, and the earth is tilted 23.5 degrees. But they never mention about the phenomenon of precession. They cut you off right there. So they set you upon a path of limitation, because once they tell you about the phenomenon of precession, now they're hooking you up with the 26,000 year cycle of the zodiac, of the movement of the sun through each and every sign of the zodiac of our quasi Milky Way galaxy, which hooks you up to our movement around our Milky Way galaxy, which is 250 million years ago around that, and our Milky Way galaxy is expanding with the universe. So now it becomes cosmic. It's a cosmic story. So now it becomes our story. You see? So they set you upon the path of limitations. Then they feed you that food every day and put you under 24. They put you under you're scientifically dead. Your eyes are blinking, your mouth is talking, but you're dead scientifically. And this means that you're only going to live to be 20, 30, 40, 50 years before the body breaks down to the cancer, the candida, and all the other sicknesses. When you're supposed to live 400, 500 years old, they got you down to 50 years. If you live to the 60, you think you lived a good life. It's madness.
Definitely.
It's madness. So once you understand this and you're able to applicate, now you got the frequency. Now you're living like, the gorilla only eats bananas. Strongest in the jungle. Elephants, they only eat plants. What are they eating plants? The vines live for. So when you're born, you're milk. So you have to know the limits. 5 rules: eat of the seed, only of the seed. Eat, never eat and drink at the same time. I'm just gonna breeze right through this. Eat as the table earth prepares the food, from the tree, from the vine, from the ground. Never eat to your fill. Don't glut yourself. Don't eat everything in the rooms. Say something for somebody else. And fast occasionally. Okay? To purify, detox, and cleanse the body. Basic 5 simple rules, and you break it every morning. You break all the rules as soon as you wake up. You run in that kitchen, eat them eggs. You just destroy your condition. He's got you. He don't have to put chains on you. He don't have to whip you every day like they used to whip us. They got you conditioned to kill yourself. And it's supposed to be this is normal. But with this whole COVID thing, is a blessing in disguise. It's a blessing in disguise, because now you're starting to see shit. Excuse my language. You're starting to see flags are starting to come up. Yep. You know what I mean? If you can't see these, it's called violations. And all of a sudden you start looking, there's nothing but violations all around you. And not only is it violations around you, it's around you every day. So now it's perpetual violation. They're perpetually violating you every day. And you're entertaining it. And then you're giving it to your children and letting them get violated mentally, physically, and spiritually. This got to stop. Not on my watch. You know what I mean? This is a new age order. Okay, I got mothers crying, I got babies dying, and I got stars aligning. So we have a new age order. We have to address this properly. The teachers who don't know how to tell time, stop violating our young students' minds with welcome to Sunday's class. I want to welcome to today is Tuesday. Stop talking that today's not Tuesday. How can you say today's Tuesday? That's a pimp game. It's a hustle game. We don't want this entrepreneurship to turn into that. Stop selling us Gregorian or Hellenistic paradigm doctrines and think that this is normal, because they got what they had for us was the old normal. They got a new normal for you. They got a new normal for you. Oh yeah, they got to put a chip in your hand and give you a vaccine and put you well on your way to a toe tag. Okay, so we have to be able to adjust with the new normal has to be. So they have a new world order, which is going to bring about your extermination, your extinction. But we've been blessed with the new age order, which is cosmic. You got to take things cosmic. Our story is cosmic. Yes,
we
Queen
also have Siba Ramutef back with us.
do I Siba? Yes, he's the one that will restore your star. He will restore your blessings to you. Do I Siba? Please take the stage.
For today's show, we have about 7 minutes left. Siba Ramutef, I'm trying to see if I can hear you.
For the conscious, my brother Conscious Ed, Conscious said.
Said, yeah.
I was gonna say Ed. Conscious said. Conscious said, I would love to be on your.
It's fine, brother.
Yeah, that's okay. We're gonna give you your new name. You're gonna find your own name through the netches. I'd love to be on your podcast with you and the Queen Mother and Ramutef Kweb. And we would love to continue. So I'll send this now to Ramutef Kweb, because I know He's moving at light speed. Atumra, Ramutef and Dua Siva Ramutef Quest.
From the top of my, can y'all
I
hear
can
me?
hear you. You're good. Yep.
All right, cool, cool. All right, so yeah,
Tell
all
everyone
right,
who you
so
are,
all right,
where they can
just a
find you.
quick.
I'll have you introduced as a global distributor of the Rasurian calendar. So tell everyone also where they can purchase the calendar. We are letting them know doing part 1 of the Men's Business Expo today. We're doing part 2 next Saturday. So if you would tell them where they can purchase the calendar that you sell as a distributor, tell them who you are, where they can find you. And if you'd like to perform your Hesi, that'd be great as well.
All right, for the sake of time, I'll try to make this real quick. Um,
Okay.
Anouk Ramutef Queb. I am Ramutef Queb. I'm the global distributor of the Rosarian Solar System Lunar Calendar. I'm also uh, a scribe of Chefpreneur and also the CAO of the Nagathian Institute of High Learning.
Okay. And he is gone for right now. When he comes back in, that'll be fine. Conscious said, how do you want to address everyone in any manner before we leave, since we have this moment?
I appreciate all the businesses, and once again, I'm supporting every one of them. About to call everybody. Yeah, that's what it's all about. And we got disconnected from this, and we feel bad about it. Like some people
Yes.
feel bad, and it should never be bad after how they treating us on the daily, letting us know, hey, pretty much like we saying, like, yeah, it's ridiculous how they put us in these circumstances, and we don't even support each other. We got to get back to, and know thyself. Get back to the science, knowledge, self. Yeah.
Right. And I want to share. I keep saying wanna, and I'm gonna. So right now, I'm sending gratitude to El Moore for being here today, as well as Siba Ptah Seeker Asar and Siba Ramutef Queb. I'm sure he'll be back next Saturday to speak on the calendar and his role as a global distributor. Also, my brother Saddam Tinnin-Bey, he was here as well. This is his Facebook profile name. Let's see. Rod the Moor. This is Rod. He is with the Black Star Organite. He was here as well. Rod the Moor is his Facebook name. And of course, we have Conscious.
Yeah, Conscious said Kirksey.
Conscious said Kirksey. This is his Facebook profile name. So they were all here. They're speaking about their products, and I appreciate the time and energy and effort that goes into the business that they have brought to us today. I will be looking into the products as well that I was not aware of before today, and I will continue to share those as well as others. And this is big. I started on getting this on my part in this presentation. It was me, Conscious Said, and El Moore. We were working on this, and I was getting my part together, and I was like, wow, the brothers are doing what the brothers do well, and they are doing what they do. And there is talk. There has been talk, and I'm on a mission to get rid of the talk. I'm doing my part. Our brothers are not I'm going to speak positive. Our brothers are competent. Our brothers are builders. Our brothers are greatness. And I am here to share their work. I'm here to do my part to show you what they are, what they're made of, and everything great about them. That's my part. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do my best. So I hope I'm doing well by all of them on my journey to share with you all their greatness. Ramutef Queb has joined us again. Can you hear me? Unmute your mic as well. There you go.
Peace. Yeah, it's definitely not my day today.
And we'll be back next Saturday if all goes the way is divinely as okay. We'll see next Saturday. what the divine plan is. 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. We'll have you back here as well. That'd be great. And we were also expecting to hear about the star not being in the sky on our birthday as it was on our date of birth. So I'd like to hear more about that when we come back as well.
Want to start it off with him next Saturday?
If
I'm available.
plan, that'd be great.
Y'all make sure to be in a non what do you call it, a non-heavy area, no frequency. But yeah, so to keep it real short, yeah, my purpose is to restore the balance in the cosmos with giving you the exact coordinates of the place of your birth, where your star is at. Because there's a star that's presented on the day of your birth, as well as a star of your transcending. What I came to find out that it's an actual, it's an actual thing. That there's a star that's literally present on the day of your birth. That star is the key to how you would say, well, folks would say your higher self, in a sense. And from my perspective, that's what it really is. To understand what that energy frequency that combines within your physical body. 'Cause each and everybody has a different sign that they've been going off of, and we'll say the zodiacs for the sake of the conversation, and not knowing that how the cosmos moves, it gives you a different perspective when looking at those signs. For instance, with the planetary systems and the type of energy that they resonate with folks. When folks talk about retrograde, from my point of view, when a planetary body is retrograde, it's actually vibrating that frequency that was given to you at the day of your birth. When you start to look into the pictures that I give you and a list of locations of where each planetary body was in.
Siba Ramutef Quib. Okay, right now we need to end. Also, there's some disruption in the line, so you're not coming through clear. We will see you here next Saturday. That's the plan. Now, if anyone wants information before next Saturday on what Siba Ramutef Queb is speaking about and more, there are some links in the description. So look at the Immortality and Time, the Western Astrology Deprogramming link, and look at probably first though, look at the link, your zodiac sign is being replaced today, and you'll get more information there. And also, if you like more information on the stars, you can look at the link for the New Year's celebration. And that's all I have for today. Conscious said, you want to close us out?
Yeah, appreciate it, and definitely support these businesses, and we must do this, and it's a must. You know, we live in a system, a society where collectively it's a disrespect amongst our people, and we might as well support our people since it's just us necessarily. It's just us, and we got to look out for self before anything. I'm saying self should always be first, and us as a collective, we got to look out for self. Definitely.
Peace to